I guess we've officially come of age here at the Pickoff. We have entered our 18th week. Thanks for joining us. I'm Paula Ferris here in Chicago. Sam Kaplan, my partner, as always, will join us from the Big Apple in just a moment. Okay, the trading deadline is just around the corner, July 31st. We've all been waiting for that blockbuster deal. Hasn't happened yet. It might have just happened during the taping of this show, but a couple of small flares. Shea Hillenbrand goes to the Giants. Bob Wickman goes to the Braves. Mike McDougal comes here to Chicago to join the White Sox. And then Ben Broussard is sent to the Mariners. And Sam, who did they get in exchange?
That would be Shin Soo Choo.
Let's talk about the fallout of all of these trades, Sam.
Well, Bob Wickman really is going to benefit. He's going from the Indians, who haven't been playing well, to the Braves, who are starting to play well. They're back in the wild card race. He will get a few save opportunities. Already has a couple of saves. We'll get more. Fantasy owners have benefited from that. Shea Hillenbrand going from the AL to the NL. Pretty much a lateral move unless you're in an NL-only league, sort of like an IPO now. All of a sudden comes onto the free agent market. A good guy to pick up. And then the losers, Ben Broussard is one of them. You know, they split up that platoon in Cleveland between him and Eduardo Perez. Now they're back together in Seattle. That is not a good thing. He's going to split at bats. And then the biggest loser, Mike McDougal, people waited for him to come back. They wanted him to close games for the Royals, who are winning who started to win games. Now he goes to the White Sox, where he's going to be a setup player, not going to get any save opportunities.
Moving on, we're going to stick with that main subject and stick in New York. Actually, the Mets have John Maine. How's he working out there?
He's working out very well. 16 scoreless innings, 1-0 in his last 2 starts. He's been so impressive that even when Pedro Martinez comes back, he's going to remain in the rotation. This is a guy that can help owners out in any format. Pick him up, get him on your roster.
Okay, we're not talking about a Marlins pitcher. We're talking about a Marlins outfielder this week, right?
Yet another Marlin on our list. It seems like we have one every week. Cody Ross, sort of a blue-collar player. Has been traded twice this season already, but he's really catching fire with the Marlins. Started 3 straight games in center field coming into Wednesday. And if this guy gets a full-time gig, even though he's not a full-time player, he has power potential, could easily finish the season with 20 home runs. This is a guy in NL-only leagues. Owners should look to grab him, get him on your roster. He makes a good 4th or 5th outfielder.
Okay, so Aaron Boone continues to struggle, and Bob Wickman is gone out of Cleveland. So the implications with third base and the closing situation in Cleveland.
Right. I mean, the Indians are tearing everything down from top to bottom. It's only a matter of time before Aaron Boone is designated for assignment or traded. Andy Marte, probably by the time we hit the web, he will be starting for the Indians at third base. Not something you want to pick up in a mixed league, but he has tremendous power potential, so he makes a good corner infielder in an AL-only league.
Okay, we're going to move on to our On the Pine segment. And Sam, what's wrong with Eric Chavez? I know you're not a doctor. He's had a couple of good games, but he's been going to the doctor routinely to figure out what's wrong, and they say, we don't know what's wrong. So give me your best diagnosis. What's wrong with Eric Chavez?
Apparently he has tendinitis in both of his elbows, and it's great that he's playing through that. I mean, it's very noble of him, but he's not doing fantasy owners any good. His numbers have been terrible as of late. He's been dropped down in the order. He's trying to play through it. It's just not working out. And if I was a Chavez owner, I would look to trade him, and I would take anything I could get for him.
You earlier diagnosed Kenny Rogers with what's called a second-half slump, so we just saw a terrible outing from him, and he has propensity to start sliding in the second half. What should we do with him?
Get rid of him. The iceberg is about to hit the Titanic. Jump ship. I told you to do it months ago. Here is your last chance, the last lifeboat. 7 earned runs in 2/3 innings in his last start. Absolutely horrible. That is the sign that he is about to nosedive.
Okay, Jason Marquis of the St. Louis Cardinals. You want us to get rid of him?
Jason Marquis will have a good start, and then he'll get killed. He's just too inconsistent. You have those 12 wins. Do something with those 12 wins. Trade them and get something big in return. I mean, if you have Marquis on your team, he's killing you in the ERA and WHIP categories. You can't overlook them. You can't just stay with the wins. You need more than that. You need a guy that's going to get you more than wins, especially if he's a starting pitcher. It's time to move on. Make the deal.
Another viewer question, this one from Tampa, Florida. Gregory Jones wants to know, with the Twins now pushing the White Sox in addition to the Tigers, do you think Kenny Williams is really going to get Alfonso Soriano? And if so, what will that do to his fantasy value? Sam?
Well, Paul, I'm going to throw the gauntlet down and guarantee you that Alfonso Soriano will be going to the White Sox. They need to do something big. Yep, they need to do something big. The Twins are coming on. The Tigers are still in the hunt. The White Sox want to make the playoffs. They need to make a move. More than just getting Mike McDougal, Alfonso Soriano would be a big move, and he would be even bigger in that lineup. That lineup is stacked, and Soriano, already having a good season, would just go on an even bigger tear.
Sam and I want to thank you so much for joining us on Week 18, our official, not coming out party, but officially when we become legal. Week 19 is going to be a wild week next week, and we hope you can join us. Our player of the week is Aramis Ramirez, so for all of you Ramirez owners, congratulations, because as you very well know, he's tearing it up right now. If you want to get a hold of us here at the Pickoff, information's at the bottom of your screen, and we hope that you join us next week when we turn 19.